All right, YouTube, what is up, guys? I've got a good one for you today. Today we are doing my version of a pedal review. I just got done shooting all the content for this video, and I'm doing the intro for this afterwards, so I can give you a little idea what to expect. This is going to be my longest video yet, and it's featuring WAMPLER pedals. So shout out Brian WAMPLER with the Belle, the Tumnus, the Euphoria, the Moxie, and I titled this video, I think I'm going to title it, maybe it changes, like, how do we review gear in Nashville? The idea is, like, I'm not just, like, going to hold up the pedal and slowly sweep through the knob and stuff. Like, I'm not that guy. You know, I want to bring you guys, like, real content, and when I get a piece of new gear, and my buddies are in town, I go and hang and jam with buddies, and we play through it and have some fun and have a hang, and that's exactly what you're about to see. You're about to see a whole afternoon hang featuring my buddy, guitar killer, J.P. BURR. Killer musician, unbelievable guitar player, great ear, and he's got new music coming out too, and I really want you guys to be on the lookout for that. And if you stick around to the end, this is going to be really long, so feel free, skip through some stuff, you know, if you're getting bored. I'm leaving a lot of it uncut. It's Tim Avon production quality, you know, it's just off the cuff, real. You know, this is like we're hanging out, which is what we do anyways. We run through these pedals, a bunch of other pedals, both our boards, some cool amps, different guitars, different tones. We hang, we talk. It's a ton of fun, but if you want to skip to the end, JP is also a phenomenal singer, an awesome artist, and I'm going to link all his stuff below. He's one of my great friends, killer guy, was nice enough to host me at his place and just hang, talk guitar, do the thing. How do we review gear in Nashville? I go and hang with my buddies and say, what do you think? We put it through the paces, and let me tell you, JP puts it through the paces today. It was loud in that room, but I haven't sing a song at the very end, his single that's coming out. So if you want to see that, stick around or skip through. You know, this is going to be really long. I get it if you don't want to watch the whole thing. But I'm trying to leave this as uncut and raw for you guys as I can. So not your dad's pedal review. It's a little different, but shout out Brian WAMPLER. I'm loving these pedals. Particularly, I think the Belle is my favorite one. The Tumnus is really cool, and the Moxie is cool too. JP's been a long-time WAMPLER user. He's had the Euphoria for years. He tells a cool story about it too, how he almost got rid of it, and then he found kind of the magic setting for him on it. So, you guys, I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to let it roll. I'm going to say now, thanks to all the new subscribers, if you like it at any point, hit the like button. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button. We are growing. I've got so much cool stuff coming, you guys. Some really cool stuff coming. You might see me on some other YouTube pages that you know about. So that's all I'll say about that, but keep on the lookout. So you guys, with that, I'm going to sign off. It'll be no more just me. And let the hang commence. The Tim Avon pedal review, Nashville guitar hang. This is a crude version of the first episode of the Nashville hang. And I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, let's get to it. And this is why we come to JP's house. Yeah, look at how awesome this room is.
I'm trying.
There it is, JP.
I'm doing my damnedest.
Look at this. He has such a nice little setup here.
Why, thank you, sir.
Dude, it's great. And the piece de resistance. Look at this bad boy.
And there's a dog with a toy.
And this little guy. What's the dog's name?
Moose.
Moose. Love it, dude. Look, we got some of JP's stuff here. We're gonna hang out and just play some guitar, man. God, how many other? Do you have 2 Euphorias?
I do.
You got a collection. I gotta up my. Well, I guess I'm slowly upping my collection, but.
Oh, some fun stuff.
Yeah, dude, this is gonna be fun.
Some natural lighting.
Hang out.
Yeah, man.
Love it. Dude, this amp looks so good. I also love the I want to do this on my amps. It just looks so cool.
It looks cool, but like I like mainly do it so it feels good on your hands.
Yeah.
Like when you're carrying it like long ways.
Yeah. But it like it's both. Like it's like functional and just looks cool.
Yeah, man.
The Tolex on this is like
it's nuts.
Yeah, is it leather?
It's brown. Yeah, it's cognac brown leather.
That is so cool. And they're not making this what is the diamond stitching
so
anymore?
Can't do the diamond cloths anymore because apparently that's a Vox thing. I guess Vox also got after 2-Rock. But Urso also can't call this Overdrive Special anymore due to, I guess, some copyright or trademark issues with the Dumble estate. But this is the 10th Overdrive Special that he built.
Dang, dude. It's going to make it more expensive now that you have one that says Overdrive with the cloth on it.
It's the best stamp I've
Should I
ever
throw
used.
the toy for him? Does he like
He
that?
loves it.
Do you want to?
He loves it.
Nope. He said nope.
All
right, I brought my board over here. There's the Moxie,
Tumnus,
and the Belle. Yes, dude. Although actually, dude, check out this telly. This thing is so cool. J.P. will have to say the name. I don't know how to pronounce it. I was with J.P. when he bought it. Look at this thing. This has a fat neck on it. All worn back. Look how cool that is, man. Excited. We're going to hang and play some guitar. We brought the little PRS head too. I got the DGT in there. This great little spot, man. I love coming over here and jamming with JP. Dude, the reverb sounds so
I love the rooster, man.
Bro. It's so like rich. The reverb is
You can crank it too. And
that amp also just sounds so good, man. I just love it. Heck yeah, dude. This is why we come to J.P.'s house, because he can play so damn good. Dude, so what all do you have on when you're doing?
man, so I have a Wampler Euphoria, and that's I use that for
Is that
all of the
on
chords
now,
and the rhythm.
or-
No, it's off right now, so I can get this to where I want it.
How long have you been running like this Wampler pedal? Because you were telling me you like the Wampler stuff.
Here's a
but,
funny
like,
story
that's the,
about this.
you know.
Yeah, here's a weird. So I got this in high school, and I used it for years, and I thought it was cool. And then I got kind of into the tube screamer territory, and I wanted, something a little bit more mid-rangey.
Yeah.
And this kind of sat in a box for a couple of years, and it's probably about 2 years ago. I took it out, and I was like, man, I could use some extra cash. Like I'm gonna list some stuff on Reverb.
Yeah.
I was in the process of making a listing, and I was like, I feel like I don't understand this thing fully.
Yeah.
And I looked online, and I went to YouTube, and I found a video made by Brian Wampler about why no one can get a good sound out of this thing, and it's they start like with the knobs in the wrong spot.
Okay.
Like he said that a key is to start with bass all the way down and then slowly dial it in. Like I was running it here, and like it was getting like ooh, like
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's interesting because I would. It's same thing. I would. The general rule of thumb, right, is like I put them all at noon. I mean, that's basically what I did with these two.
Mm-hmm.
I just started at noon and go from there. So.
And like most of the time, I keep bass all the way down on this thing.
Really?
It's a smooth setting. If you use the open, you can kind of get this to sound very close to a Zen drive. But I use the smooth setting. So
Yeah, dude. It's some stuff. Yeah.
differences. It's not mid-rangey, but there's not a ton of bass. It just kind of sits exactly where you want.
Just so
yeah,
good,
it's
dude.
nuts.
Well, it's got like that super clear. It's really clear. What happens if turn like the bass knob up to like noon, where you said you couldn't? Oh yeah, you hear it. Yeah.
And like,
brother,
it gets more like a Zen drive. Because
yeah.
This has all those lows, but it's not like it like sits nice.
Yeah.
It's like velvety, So I kind of keep it low. I have, if I need really, really high gain.
Go. And we've got that here. All right, J.P. is famous for the love of this Zen drive.
A little flat back on here. This is my favorite thing to do.
You set the slap back on that up cap?
Yeah. A little flat back, some verb.
Yeah.
Zen drive.
Without telling me you like Robin Ford.
It's not like I have this up here.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, it sounds killer.
So it's weird. I have the standard model Zen drive, and I like it a lot, but I can't seem to get enough gain out of it for my country gigs. So that's for my lead stuff always. All my lead licks and my, like in my solos, I run the Zen drive and the Katana clean.
So what's the difference between let me see that other one.
Here's the standard.
I mean, the knobs are different. What's it's obviously like silver or black.
Right.
But...
So both of these, they're pretty similar. The main thing, the Black Magic model, it's a higher gain variant and it's a little bit more compressed.
Yeah.
So you can get a lot more gain out of this guy. This one, it feels almost more mid-range. It's a little like I love this for like blues gigs, for cleaner stuff. It doesn't get super dirty, and like most people who use these don't need that.
Yeah.
But this one, I mean, dude, you can make it scream if you want. It's really versatile. So this is like that, and like much more off. Like you can get like you can make this sound like that, but that can't sound like this.
Yeah,
that
I see.
Sense?
Yeah.
So this this should do everything. It just barks in all the right places. If you really turn it to the sweet spot. Yeah, dude. It's just super.
That also too, like you go, for the people watching this, we were playing through. This is in fact, this would be cool too. So this is 100-watt head. We are playing through in here. JP, like, tell him, because even tell me something. Like, what is this, right?
So, first off, I will say I'm not going to try and act like I understand how the Dumble thing is so special.
You know, it sounds good, right?
Yeah.
That's the key at the end of the day.
There's a lot of companies out there who make like a Dumble style amp.
Yeah.
This thing is literally like part for part, spec for spec. I mean, recreation. And this particular model, you know, this may come as a shocker to you, but it's based off of Robin Ford's overdrive special. You know, I know that's weird of me.
Yeah, you guys sensing a theme.
I don't like him at all.
Plays like him, sounds like him. He's the next Robin Ford.
But, man, Urso is making, I mean, this is the best amp I have ever used in my entire life.
Yeah.
I've had it for, God, probably going on 2 years now.
Yeah.
And every single time I play it, I go, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it does everything. And like, yes, it's the Robin Ford thing, but I got it because there's a knob or a switch on this thing for anything. Like if it can fit any guitar, it's so customizable. The bright switch. So let's just go to clean for a minute. I mean, it's not so you got.
Yeah.
I'll get the verb on, but.
Yeah, I'm not good enough to play with the reverb. Yeah.
So it's cool, but one flip of a switch.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a single coil.
It is. So that's just the bright switch you.
Turn it off and it's fat again.
Yeah.
It's different. And then there's a mid switch. I like to use that for the strats, but makes it a little more bodgy.
And then that last one says what? Rock in jazz?
Rock and the jazz, I don't understand exactly what this does, but the jazz I don't ever use.
Yeah.
It's just like
It just like cuts the volume or something.
Yeah, it like cuts the EQ range like that. It feels like that's always use rock. There's an onboard overdrive channel that can be tweaked however you want it. I'm gonna get mine tweaked a little bit. Right now, as the standard model comes, it's kind of the 1980s. Talk to your daughter, like Robin Ford
Yeah,
thing,
the classic.
which is cool, but it doesn't really fit anything that I do. So I'm gonna have it tweaked into something else. I'm not sure with what yet exactly. I'm gonna talk to Ethan about it, but he does quite a few mods on it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's cool. So I mean, you had like this amp straight just custom built.
I did,
pretty much,
and
right?
I could have gotten it a lot cheaper had I just gone black.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, dude, if I'm gonna custom order an amplifier,
Yeah.
this is the first piece of gear I've ever custom ordered in my life. I was like, man, I'm gonna go all out.
Yeah.
And just get it to look exactly how I want it, and then I'm gonna get flight cases for it.
Yeah, you went go big or go home on it, which dude, it just looks so good. Cause even so like a little bit of background, people watching this, like I met JP, like we were playing on Hayden Kaufman's gig.
Mm-hmm.
And JP still plays with Hayden Kaufman and does a bunch of stuff. In fact, maybe I should freaking introduce JP a little bit. It's JP, and it's and I'm just here casually filming this while we're just messing around. Right now, I'm just listening to JP play. But dude, what all do you do? Also, like, what's like some context? You know, who's JP BURR?
So,
as I put you on the spot now, being like we are recording.
J.P. BURR is someone who plays for a couple different artists so that he can fund his solo artistry.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this goes. Like, I love doing work as a guitar player. It's really fun. It's a fun way to make money. The ultimate goal is to be playing my own music. I've got some out at the moment. I've got a 10-song album that I'll be dropping this year, which I'm super pumped about. But yeah, I do a lot of work as a guitar player. My main gig, obviously, like Tim said, I play for Hayden Kaufman. And then I do a little bit of work playing for a guy named Adam Doliak. We did some dates on the Carly Pierce tour last year. I do a little bit of work with an artist named Kaylee Hammock. She's just absolutely insanely talented. She's just so good. It makes no sense.
It's so good.
So we did a couple of shows. We did one opening for Brothers Osborne last year.
That's
and then
awesome,
we opened for Eric
dude.
Church at a festival in California.
So cool,
It was
man.
really fun. And then I play for a couple other different artists. Just kind of here and there.
Yeah.
I do some in-town stuff.
Yeah.
I front a band at what was the Wild Horse downtown.
Yeah.
And it's soon to be Luke Combs' bar.
That's right. Well, dude, you do the Nashville thing, right? Like
Yeah, I just
you've
kinda
done
take what
it
I can.
all. You're
Yeah.
an artist, great player. I'm also, you know what? I think I might, if you're cool with this, doing this before I leave. It'd be cool to film you singing and playing a song on acoustic.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely,
I think like
man.
because you
I'm
guys,
happy to.
I'll have J.P. stuff like linked or whatnot, but like
Thanks.
J.P.'s a Stone Cold Killer. As you guys are already hearing, I keep saying, dude, I'm not even gonna pick up a guitar. I just make J.P. play the whole time, bro. We'll get a little bit of jamming in, but we've got a bunch of gear, like running through the Zen Drive stuff, the WAMPLER stuff. I think I'm gonna have J.P. try some of this stuff.
I love pedals, man.
Yeah.
Everything they make is so it's just great.
Well, shout
all
out
great.
Brian if you're watching this.
Here's one.
JP's a longtime fan. Yeah, show me what that is.
Here's
Should
a
we plug
favorite of
this
mine.
in?
This is the
Okay.
Wampler Clarksdale Delta Overdrive, and this will end your search for the perfect Tube Screamer style overdrive. I was doing research. I got this one when it had just come out, when I was in high school, and I was using I was using a TS9 or something basic, and this was, it was advertised as a Tube Screamer that stays smooth and won't fizz at the higher gain levels.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this does. It's the perfect mid-range it sounds like the Tube Screamer in your head.
Yeah.
And there's tone control. And there's a lift switch for like a little extra oomph.
Yeah.
And these
See,
things,
I hadn't heard of that.
I used this thing for years, and I still use it if I need the mid-rangey Tube Screamers.
Yeah, the tube. Do you use it? Was it like a Strat type thing, like the classic, or
Dude,
just with whatever?
When you pair this with a Strat, it's straight like John Mayer Trio.
Yeah.
Strat.
Dude, should we plug that up and do that with the Strat?
Yeah.
Or he's about to be like, it doesn't work.
No.
I'm just kidding.
So all the switch amps, the only thing that I find that doesn't work through this amp is a Tube Screamer.
Yeah,
overdrive.
really.
It just doesn't work.
Dude, I found
It's
that
weird.
a lot with the Sir Bella Reverb.
Really?
My Tube Screamer, I just started playing it. I don't know. It just
Here's the Tube Screamer I
was
use.
not a thing. Yeah, everybody, I mean, you have to own one of those, right? You're not a guitar player. I think at some point, a lot of people, it's on their shelves, but you always own one, right? Dude, yeah, let's plug a couple of these up,
Please.
man.
Yeah, I'd love
Switch
to.
amps. Okay, we're gonna cut the stars of the show. All right, JP, do your thing. Mess around with whatever you want, dude. Mess with the knobs.
What's the deal with the belt? What's it supposed to be?
This is what Brian told me, and this
Okay.
is about as good as I've got. It's his take on this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, it's his take on this, but on here, right, there's the bass control in this color. So color, from what I understand, is kind of adding in high end. And you've got the individual bass control, and then just level and gain, right? So this one is not like the bass cut one. Or now they sell them with a bass cut
I was going to
inside,
say, my only problem with the ODR1...
It gets a little woofy.
Yes.
Gets a little woofy.
So I would need the bass cut.
Yes.
So this
So
has the bass knob.
This is so...
Hell yeah, Brian.
It's similar but different. I don't know, man. Get in there and twist some knobs. You can change it to whatever settings you want.
Nice. Brian out here giving the people what they want.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it... Oh, see, already. And from what I understand, it's like the low overdrive. But see, already, man. the clarity that it still retains
It's
is like, because now check this out. Now turn that off and mess with the nobles on, like, and mess with the gain or whatnot, and see how I can't get it not woof.
It's because like you can't take the bass out.
You can't take the bass
That's the
out.
only thing.
Yes.
That's what sucks about it.
Yes.
And that's why like the bass cut one is probably great.
Yeah. Because I love it, but that Belle has like a lot more clarity to it.
My
I
problem.
feel like. And with the gain, you had at the end of that, the gain dimed.
Yeah.
Like.
And it's still perfectly clear, and it's not like.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like it's not like hissing at you. The ODR, the standard ODR one also. I feel like anything other than the bridge pickup.
Yeah.
It just you can't use it. There's no clarity. It's just mud.
Especially if you try and play any chord wise. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
So like it's all about like what you're going for, I guess. But
yeah. It does have that kind of creamy thing, if that's what you want.
Yeah, it's
you
very
know?
creamy.
But I've found on the gigs I'm playing,
It doesn't
Patrick,
cut
our front of house, is consistently being like, dude, I'm like cutting bass out of your sound.
Really?
And it's cause that has been my always on kind of overdrive sound with humbuckers, and it's just a little, it feels in the room like nice and fat and sweet. But you know too, when you're playing live, a lot of times you need a little bit more like high end to cut through the mix.
Exactly.
And that's where I think that Belle for me is about to kind of take over that, you know. That's what that spectrum turned all the way up, which I think is like kind of like the brightness.
It's like ice picky, but there's still that weird low end.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
it doesn't go away. Now back to
the
this.
Belle,
It's nuts,
That's
man.
nuts.
Yeah, I love that bend like that, dude. Dude, all right.
that's nuts.
It's like I also haven't dimed the gain like that, dude, and that is because it's gainy, but it's still, that's what they dimed. It's still like kind of low gain, you know.
It's not overpowering.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
too much.
and that's what it dimed. I've been running it about like halfway, maybe.
This guitar is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's built by a guy named Dan Blom. It's a one-man shop.
Dan Blom.
Yeah, he has a brand called EB Rooster.
Let's
he's
go.
making some one-of-one, hand-built, incredible instruments out of Fairview, Tennessee. It's not too far from my house. They're just so good. It's got the pickups are McNelly's.
Okay.
And, I mean, I'd go as far as to say these might be the best humbuckers I've ever used. They're perfect. They're not too much of anything. They cut, but they're not muddy. They're just perfect.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it sounds good. Like, dude, listen to that that was on the bass pickup there too, right? Yeah. awesome. So Dan Blom?
Yeah.
I say it right. E.B. Rooster.
He's also just a fantastic luthier. He's the only guy I trust with my stuff.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, he's the man. He knows exactly what he's doing, man.
Yeah.
He just does it right.
Dude, it sounds good. All right, bro. Now let's mess around with this Tumnus now.
So I'm excited to try the Tumnus.
Same thing. All I really know about it is it's supposed to be like a Klon.
Sure.
Now, I've never played a Klon, let alone a real Klon. I do know that so far I like the sound of it, and now I've been running the Belle different than what you just did. I'm running it at my lower gain, kind of always on thing. And then I've been combining the two, which I've really liked. But I don't know, dude. Hit it. Let's see what it freaking...
When it comes to a lot of the rock and country stuff, I'm a pretty high gain guy. I think I just kind of model it after the Luke Combs shit. Saul Phil Cox.
Yeah, which also like on Hayden's stuff, like it's kind of that's the vibe,
super, like,
rock,
yeah.
It's drop
like,
D,
it's like
rock,
heavy rock.
yeah.
Now I'm excited to try the Tumnus because, earlier I talked about how I have a 10-song album coming out, and on this project I got to use some of the coolest gear I've ever played in my life, and one of the pieces of gear was a real Klon Centaur.
That's good, awesome.
I believe it's the golden longtail horsey, which is what it's called. It's really funny.
Yeah, see, I don't even know what that means.
And so apparently the thing about the Klon, it was modeled after a tube screamer into a Marshall, and I used a Marshall on some stuff on this too. And the only problem, it's hard to tame the fizz on top in these old Marshalls. So I ran a tube screamer through it for some of it, but apparently that's what the Klon does anyway.
Interesting. I didn't know. I didn't know that.
And and I could be wrong about this, but that's what I heard from a friend who researched it. But so
it all comes back to either sounds good or it doesn't.
Damn right.
It either
doesn't matter what you have. Like, is a dumble worth like $200,000? No, it is not. It's the lore around it.
Yeah.
You can get pretty much that. Like my take on gear, like there's a huge difference in like a $200 instrument and a $2,000 instrument.
Yeah.
And then, but from like a $2,000 to like a $8,000.
Yeah. The difference starts to get smaller.
Shrink.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it might be 10%.
Yeah, the returns start to like, I don't want to say diminish, but it's exactly what you just said. That like, I mean, dude, there are two different types of guitars, but the DGT that I'm playing all the time is a $4,000+ instrument. Yeah. And I love playing the SE Silver Sky Strat that is $850 just as much. Now, there's two different things, but both of them, so.
If it feels good, if it sounds good, only thing that matters. I have a Gretsch acoustic over there. It's a parlor style.
Is it, which one? This little guy?
It's the Jim Dandy. It's a 3/4 scale. The one to the right of that.
Oh, here, I see it.
It's a 3/4 scale. And I was at a friend's house for a session, and he was like, hey, play this. And I said, what the hell is this? And he was like, dude, it's the only guitar I've ever played in a store and just purchased. Brand new, they are less than $200.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect parlor style acoustic. And it doesn't matter that it's a cheap one. It sounds great.
Yeah.
So, like, that's all that matters. It sounds great. It feels good to play. It does what I want it to do.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Dude, it's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. So, dude, check this out. We're going to hit the Tumnus, but hold on. We're going to cut real quick. Okay, I think we're good. Do you care if I pull this chair in just a little bit? I love these chairs.
Dude, they're nice chairs. I'll send you the link, man. There's a couple different colors. They're really surprisingly cheap.
Dude, yeah, and maybe it's like I said in my room. I'm trying to think like go couch or chair, and these are pretty nice, and it saves a little bit of space, because my goal is in my room it might just be slightly smaller, but to be able to comfortably fit like 3 people in there. Whereas here it's that then you could have like 2 other chairs or whatnot. If you really were having a bunch of people over for something. But you're sounding great.
Thanks, dude.
You should rip that Tumnus, and then we'll freaking start plugging some different guitars in. See, already, look how low I have the volume.
Wow, that's hot.
Yes, it's hot. It's hot, hot.
don't know what that was. It's mid-rangey, but not tube screamer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know what I like with it is like I said, I've been combining that with the Belle, although I've had the Belle game.
Yeah.
It's super hot too, isn't it? I
It's a really good. So I've played through a real Klon Centaur, and this is really. I mean, this is pretty much it. I mean, like, it's like 95% that.
Because the Belle or like the full drive, the full drive gets a little I'll use it to like what would you call it? I don't know. I use it only as like my solo boost. Like I don't start any songs with just the full drive, you know.
I don't know really anything about the full drive.
We'll try it.
It's weird how all these overdrives can just have completely different
things.
things.
So
completely
different. Isn't that weird? Like, because your go-to is like different than how I would like you saw how I have it set normally, right? But that's also because I use it never just as that. I've been using it to stack, to add like extra sustain and boost on the solos.
And let this be known: there's no right or wrong way to use a pedal, or 2 pedals, or 10 pedals.
Isn't it?
Whatever the hell you want, whatever sounds good. Like I know people, like like a good example is like Weston Stewart. He doesn't use a lot of gain on pedals.
I normally don't. Not like you. Yeah. You definitely use more gain than I do. You know, but
I use a lot of certain things.
But man, I think it goes back to that same thing, isn't it? Just like if it sounds good, it sounds good.
Correct.
You know,
there's no right or wrong. If it fits, it fits.
Yeah. Dude, you should plug a freaking, if you're down, plug the telly or the Strat in or something.
I'll do the telly. I'll do the Strat later too, but it's got pretty old strings on it. So
hey, dude, honestly, I mean, we don't
nutty.
have to play every single one of these. I just want to freaking hear it.
Yeah, man.
You know, I should play the DDC at some point, but
I love this telly, so.
Tom. So I took a little video, and it should already be clipped in at this point in the video.
Yeah,
of the telly while I was sitting with it there. But how do you say the name?
Cervantes.
I
never thought I'd be a boutique guy, and like I don't just try to buy just boutique stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was with Tim one day, and we went to Carter Vintage, and I hadn't really owned a telly in a couple years, and I missed having one. And I saw this, and again, the color. It looked like Robin's, and I was like, "Ooh, that's cool."
All on the Robin.
It's bad, man.
Garage.
I just think he's the best I've ever heard, man.
It's really good. He just
I've got to do a workshop with him actually, and it was really cool. He's a nice guy.
Really? Well, you know what's funny about that same story with this telly is we played it at Carter's at the old location. You were
Okay.
and then you just volume pedals, so it works. But yeah, see, I recently switched to the strobe thing. I really like the strobe. Did you strobe tune at all? Or?
I use just a Boss. Boss chromatic tuner.
It's kind of weird to get used to. Once I
Strobe
got
might be
used
a
to the
little
strobe,
yeah.
I just but dude, with the telly, you were loving it. J.P. was really liking the telly. We played it, hung out. We were gonna get lunch afterwards, and he was like, I won't get it yet, right?" Then we went to lunch. We had a beer.
Yeah.
And he came right back and bought it. I think.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, dang it."
Yeah. So we only had one beer.
And I will say, I don't
regret
it.
Enough.
It was
yeah,
just
dude,
enough
I've seen you
to
this all over the place. There's a clip on. I posted a clip. I think it was on my TikTok a long time ago that I posted of like. You know what's great? This might technically, in a way, also be the unofficial first episode of this series of Nashville guitar players you should know, right? And J.P. obviously, y'all have been listening to him play this whole time. It's obviously one.
These strings are a little older, but not too bad. Now, I love to use the mid switch on this telly. It just transforms the telecast. Cool.
I don't know, dude, mess around.
All right.
Hit something.
Let's try Tumnus. Now, the mid switch might kill this Tumnus, so we'll see.
That's good. The single coil like that. You're right though, without the mids.
I gotta retune this thing. Jeez. We tune because we care, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, well, it's part of the hang, dude. I mean, I think the thing is just, JP and I have sat over here doing this before.
It's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, it's just great. A hang like, I literally think I'm gonna title this video just like, how we review gear in Nashville.
Yeah, do it.
Because like you get a new thing. When I got the PRS guitars, the DGT and the Silver Sky, came over here, and it's also great too getting gear. This is like a general kind of tip, I think, but getting gear, having someone else play it too, because you instantly took and turned those knobs where I was not going with it.
Yeah.
And you just different playing styles. You hear kind of more of what it can do, get a better sense of like where it lives in general.
Exactly, and you'll find out that with like somebody else's playing style, your gear is pretty versatile, and it's a lot more versatile than you sometimes.
Yeah, so I think I get stuck on like, I kind of find the spot and then I move the knobs a little bit from that spot depending on the rooms I'm in. But otherwise, I'm never diming that gain. Right. Yeah. But you dime it and I'm like, damn, that thing is very good.
Like all players have their thing, their sound that they gravitate towards generally. And that's like a baseline sound, and then you can like tweak from there.
But I think you get stuck sometimes on the knobs. So I'll do the same thing with the amp. Like I have figured out what I kind of like, and they just kind of stay there, except for the master, obviously, whether I'm at home or on the gig. Which also, this amp we have, I mean, there's no way you couldn't even turn it all the way up. And I don't want you to already. I hope some of this sounds all right, because this is Tim Avon production quality, right? It's just my iPhone. But in the room here, I mean, it's loud. This is loud.
And this thing is not even near noon.
Yeah, it's not.
This thing,
I'm just under 3. We're on, or is that? It's just past 3. It's just under 4.
Yeah, the preamp is on like what, 5?
Oh, the preamp is see, I didn't.
And the master volume is just under 4. I mean, dude, this thing will peel the paint off the walls if you don't. I've never turned it all the way up because I'm afraid to.
I mean, dude, especially today's day and age, you could be playing the biggest gig in the world, and I think turned all the way up with PA and stuff would still be too much.
It would.
Yeah, you need to be like at Woodstock with no mic.
Right.
Which is what those 100-watt amps were turn the gain down on the Belle. Oh, dude, that freaking.
Mid switch back up.
Dude, the Belle's my favorite so far. I think.
It's nuts, dude. It's nuts.
Do you stack your drives very much, or do you go from one to the other?
I used to. I go from one to the other. I do a lot of pedal dancing on stage.
Yeah,
if
really.
you will.
Yeah.
Like for my leads, but like I'm so crazy about the tone. So going into a solo, I somehow have to cleanly click off my Euphoria, click on my Zen drive, and then click on my boost.
Oh, so you do the boost
and I somehow
and the
manage
Zen
it.
drive.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, the boost with the Zen drive,
Yeah,
it just pushes the amp, and it just makes it bark.
Yeah,
certain notes.
yeah.
It just pokes out and gets these weird harmonic frequencies that I
so
think.
You're not as much as just normal pedal stacker. Because, dude, let me do this. Let me freaking take this and plug this in, and I'll
Please.
show you how I'm also just because I want to play this gorgeous amp.
Please.
But,
There you go, sir.
like, this is how I'm kind of doing it. Now, prepare for not quite as good guitar playing. We'll do my thing.
You're fantastic.
You know? But, bro, because, so, like, same thing. Even this diamond stuff, like, normally I wouldn't, you know, I've had this, like, down, but I was stacking these two some that I kind of really liked. I was stacking even the nobles into it. Like, dude, even that, though. So that nobles, right? It's the. It still sounds good.
Yeah.
But this, right? That'll just. So let's up the volume on it. So I've been running it.
I think the higher gain also has to do with this amp.
Yeah.
Certain amps respond well to low gain, some really do to high gain. And this like some people say that a lot of the double style amps don't take pedals well. This takes it flawlessly, except for Tube Screamer.
Yeah,
But it takes it flawless. Like I got a green, Sovtech Big Muff over there. Like it sounds monstrous through this.
Yeah. Dude, even still though, like here, like I like doing this thing where I can go down to like 7 on it, and then I've got that freaking.
That's tasty. That's tasty.
But I love it. It's still touch responsive because if I
Yeah.
and that's on the middle too, right? If I go to the back. You know what I've been liking doing is over a You know, I'm not drop D on it, but that kind of it's gonna throw the whole thing out of tune because it's a floating bridge, which I need to get the bridge locked on my other one. I have it locked, right? And it doesn't because now
Throws the entire thing out of tune.
Roletto, that
like a lot of times, I'll freaking, I don't know, because I was messing with this, of even stacking these two. If I'm going. You know, when you're getting it. Let's try to stay with this. You know, it's funny too because stacking that when I've been playing it through that, I like more than the sound that I'm hearing now stacking these two. You know what I mean?
An amp can change everything.
Dude, it really does. Like, and because we'll plug that in, that's only 20 watts, right? This is 100 watt and a whole different. Is it 6L6 tubes in this? Yeah, I think that's EL84s. Which that'll be fun because you can get that really driven just through. We'll mess with it, but
dude, that Tumnus is interesting because until like pretty recently, I didn't know what the Klon thing was. I like hadn't even played a Klon style overdrive.
I never have.
I had no clue, and I tried the real Klon, and it kind of made sense. It's this unique like EQ of its own.
What type of guitar were you playing?
Oh god,
like a telly or
I was
like
doing a couple different. So I did. I think for some of it, I did. I was using. I think it was a 1980s Black Beauty Les Paul through the Klon through like a Princeton Reverb Silverface.
Okay. So like this.
Yeah, except it was the real.
The real,
thing,
yeah, the real
nuts.
one. Yeah.
And like on a lot of the record, I just plugged straight into that thing and just cranked it.
Really?
And that breakup, it's the sweetest.
Really? Yeah. Well, that's what's nice about the smaller style amps too. Like what we're finding that is like you can get that because here, although it has an overdrive channel, but if you're trying to get the master tubes, because that you can crank that master. It's funny. You know how they sell amps and it comes with a little sheet on top that has like recommended settings. I got that and had they like sent it to me and it had that sheet still on top of it, and one of them was Paul's favorite setting. And if you look on it, there's a master volume, there's a treble channel volume, and a bass channel volume, and they're all always running. And Paul's favorite setting is all three of them just dimed.
Wow.
That's what it says. The favorite
badass.
setting is all of it dimed, you know,
Nice.
which I've never once used it that way. In here, we should try it like that.
Dude,
but, you know, it's interesting how you're right. Like, it does really change that stuff.
Amps completely change it. Like, you know, I play in a funk band, you know, like once a month with Living Waters thing. And I brought the overdrive special to the gig one time. You know, and again, the overdrive special is my favorite amp I've ever used. It wasn't it for the funk stuff.
Yeah.
I need that old school kind of, you know, like tube kind of grit, kind of breakup, and the sound of that and the 10-inch cone in the Princeton.
Yeah.
Like I feel so much better on that gig, and like you know, like there are, you know, like the overdrive special does almost everything, but like with a 100-watt amp that's a dome, so like you have infinite headroom.
Yeah, I mean literally.
So like you could crank this thing, and it's probably still going to be clean. It'll break your windows. But it'll break them with a clean tone.
Yeah, I mean literally, dude. It is crazy that it is loud in here, and it's not even. I mean, it's not even.
It's not even. You know, like
we're
close
not
to
even
halfway.
going. Yeah, and I don't even have all the. I mean, here's. You know, and I love the Belle thing. So before I'd have this on about like these settings with the gain down a little more, and I'd do the. If I gotta take a solo, it might be like a.
That's a good stack.
See, so
Certain
those
stacks,
two, like right the. You know, and that I really like. I love all that, you know.
and like that's cool. Like that has, you know, like certain things about the tone that I look for in the Zen Drive kind of thing. Like it's got that roundness.
Yeah.
Even on the highs, it cuts, but it has the right amount of lows.
Yes, it's got like a sweetness to it, and that's how now I've been messing stacking with like. That's the Nobles and the full drive. Now here's the Belle and the full drive.
wonder too, like if I up this bass a lot and down the color on it, like I wonder now. I wonder if that's a little bit more like. That's a little closer to it. You know, that's the Noble's back on it. It's got that just, yeah. But if you go to the neck pickup on that, it gets a little.
At some point here, you should try that Clarksdale through this Princeton because like
Yeah, well,
that
that's
was my
what-
main thing.
That's what
for
before
years.
we're done, we'll try and like jam and we'll each just play and we'll plug both of them up.
Yeah.
Dude, right here, right now, bro. Let's set up this this in here,
Yeah,
and
man.
you should jam on that and
Sure.
mess with it a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'll set this guy on top.
Yeah. If it'll, yeah. Hopefully,
Is there
if
enough
it'll
clearance?
fit.
I'm sure.
Maybe.
It looks like there is. Oh yeah, that's perfect, dude. Also, that just looks cool.
Yeah, dude, that's how I've got that stacked on
The
top of the
PRS
Belle
on
reverb
top
right
is
now.
cool.
Yes, I'm making sure it's still recording. We're
Nice.
out here. I know, right? This is the goal of this video, though. Is like you guys, I've come over. We've done this before, and I did this
Yeah.
with a bunch of my buddies. Anyways, you get a new piece of gear, and we're like, dude, let's hang and jam, and yeah, I don't know. This is a way realer look than me being like, here's the pedal. I'm gonna go through each, because that's
Here's
not how
my
you,
clean tone first.
yeah, that's not how you use it in like real life, like
Yeah.
a real, I don't know,
Yeah.
Okay, so I brought an extra IEC
I
for
can
it.
just plug into this guy.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
you're on
let's-
AB. I mean, I don't really.
No, let's
I'm
just
fine.
yeah. You just do
We
whatever.
use the cables
amp
off
is
the
still
other
on.
ones,
It looks
but-
like, but oh yeah, okay. Let's make sure you.
Stand by.
I was about to sit
Plug
down and
inside.
reach for my phone. It's like, oh, that's right.
I need to put some covers on the switch tips on the back because this damn thing gets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I believe it.
So the metal switches on the back get really hot.
Really?
So I need to put something on there so they're not.
So it's not burning your hand
Yeah.
up. Dude, this little amp is really surprised me. They're cheap. These are overseas made. I think it's EL84s, and I think you're gonna find.
Is there an ideal place to plug this?
Oh, okay. So how many ohms is
Sorry,
this
cut you off.
speaker?
8.
8. So it's gonna go right in here.
Cool. I always go in this is always just kind of stayed on 8. So I don't.
Yeah. Well, this speaker's 8, right? If
Yeah,
this is
it
stayed
should
on
be,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So you just go into this one right
That
there.
guy.
Yep.
Great.
And then you plug the cable in, and it's it. There's no standby switch or nothing.
This is gonna sound so dumb. What the hell does ohms mean? Like I don't really know what it is. I don't know what
Someone
it is.
in the y'all debate in the comments, what does ohms mean?
Somebody
I have no
tell me.
idea.
I don't know what it is.
You know what's great though? You don't have to know what it is.
No!
You
You
just
don't-
gotta
you
make
don't
some
have to know
noise.
anything.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You just gotta play.
Yeah, you can't get too hung up on gear and stuff. You
Read
gotta
music.
find a basic setup that you like, and then freaking send it. You know.
All right. So
That's it. That's all it is.
easy.
Although we need the IEC.
Yeah, I should
but-
probably plug it in.
Yeah. The power will
That might
help.
help. Might come in handy.
Yep, but that's it. So I don't run. So this is what it's got on here, right? Like, and this is what will be interesting. These two, this is the bass volume. Yep, treble channel volume. Bright switch. This high mid gain boost thing, you might like. You like more gain. I don't like it, or it's just not my vibe. And then the master, it's only 20 watts, so I mean, you could probably off the bat like put this master halfway to start. Like in lots of gigs, I'll have the master half and this, and then kind of like this. But I mean, screw around with it. We should try the little pulse setting thing in here, just dime all of it because it won't be as loud as probably this was even at that point.
Okay. Should we get the sound?
Just once we get here.
Ah.
Woo!
On a first listen, it doesn't sound too far off from this
Dude,
thing.
it's crazy. And then so I can lower the bass a little bit. Or sometimes like just this bright switch, like now hit it and see if
Wow. Yeah. So even with that all the way down.
it's still usable, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so see how
it's a weird like mix of both of them.
So is one the preamp and one is...
These preamp channels are both running at the same time, and you just control the volumes of it. And this is just the flat bass. This is just straight EQ.
So the only thing I love about the overdrive special is that like
got more
this sounds so
controls
like
on it.
cliche dumble, but like none of the frequencies ever get too harsh at any point.
Yeah.
You know, like you can EQ some of it out.
And that's with no pedals on, so I want you to keep doing
This is a total side note, but have you heard the new Marcus King record?
Yes,
Dude.
Yeah, bro.
It's nuts.
So good. And who? It's the pop producer that
It's Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin. Yeah. Dude, I like this because I've been able to dial in some gain just This amp is at, I think, maybe $7.99.
Seriously?
Yeah.
God, it's good.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Overseas made one versus, I mean, about as expensive as you can go, right? You know? Like, try some, hit some of those pedals, dude.
Tumnus.
And you can change the amp up too, you know?
try and mess with it and play through the DGT on it?
God, yes.
The PRS one.
Yeah, dude.
A little bit of stuff on that. Here, I'll trade you.
Did PRS stop doing the John Mayer amp? Because I know they had an amp with it.
You know, so this is what I think. I'm not for sure, but I'm pretty sure that. I'll just put this back in its actual slot. I think that John Mayer amp was kind of maybe like a limited run type of thing, and it also is so expensive. I mean, I think.
Yeah.
I think that thing was like somewhere between $5,000, maybe up to $10,000.
All
like
the
limited
collaboration
run.
shit is like.
Yeah.
I'd love a Super Eagle.
Yeah.
That'd be nuts.
Yeah, but I would too.
But there's just it's just unattainable.
Yeah, they do now. They have like a version called the Modern Eagle, and I mean you're still I think looking at a $6,000 guitar. I mean like it's not $16,000,
Right.
but
That's better.
That's
better.
We're normal people, just like so.
Definitely. It's the bolt-on. Yeah.
And I don't know if these are any hotter. We did AB.
Coil tap?
Yeah, if you pull out the tone at the very bottom, the very last one.
That's like the tone I would want out of a Super Eagle. It's like the
where you can hit
it's
both
the single,
of them.
yeah, it's the single coil. Like it like and it works for all the Grateful Dead stuff.
Yeah. I'll use that coil tap. Like there's some songs we have where I'll be playing. There's a song called What I See where the intro is maybe the humbucker's a little too much for it, right?
Sure.
So I'll coil tap it, but then once we get to the chorus, it's a big hit on a chord, And I don't change anything on the board, I just push it in, And it goes from like that sound into then, yeah.
Tone I would want access to. It's just that like it just gets almost kind of like into the Jerry Garcia thing.
Yeah,
like and I
are you on the bridge pickup when you're doing that?
Or it's bridge popped. I mean, dude, it's nuts.
It's actually good if you play it sequentially. It'll pick it up quicker.
I just want to sit and play this tone all day because like this is a tone that I don't have access to, and like that's what I think about when I go to like buy new gear. It's like not like what looks sick, you know. Like I don't usually care how it looks. Like it's like, is that a tone that I can't get out of what I already have?
Yeah. Well, we both also do this for a living.
Yeah.
And you're in the studio a lot too,
Yes.
man. You're in the studio a lot. So, well, a lot more than I am. And it is, yeah. It's like the different pieces are going to give you access to those different sounds, you know. And it's interesting because this, like a Strat single coil or a Tele single coil, is like its own thing.
Yeah.
But a popped humbucker is its
fat.
own thing too, you know. It's got like a, yeah, they just did a good job on that one.
It's
like,
so good.
I also just love how the guitar feels, honestly. And the neck and everything, like, that's like.
I haven't even tried anything else. I'm like, I just want to sit here and do
Dude,
this.
that's how I
This is a
Fine
great
thing.
instrument. My God, this is
the,
great.
It's the pride and joy right now, no doubt.
Understandable.
And it's just versatile with that tap.
Look at
man,
the
like,
flame top.
I do really love it. That's not even a 10 top or anything. Now it is obviously a core model
It's
guitar, but I do really love it. And I loved it when I was getting this one, they make it like this, and they either have dots, or if you look at it, they're actually all little crescent moons on it, right? The markers, or they do the normal birds. And I didn't know if I was getting the dots or the birds. And initially, I kind of was like hoping I was like wanted the birds, and then I got the dots. Been so glad that I got the moons instead. It just adds like, it's a little different than the normal PRSs. It doesn't, I don't know. That's a small thing, but the little inlays, I love that it's not the birds, because I already have ones with the birds, and it's cool to, I don't know. It's an awesome guitar, man. I mean, I
just think
really
this is
love
great,
it.
man.
I like how the neck feels too. It's like it's in
really
between,
good.
like not super chunky, but not super. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. It's just it's its own thing, dude.
Yeah, this thing is nice, man.
I like them. I'm glad you like it. It sounds great. And I loved it. Doesn't that amp sound good? I mean,
It's amazing.
No drive through.
Yeah, I haven't even turned on like a pedal for the stuff. There's some reverb.
There's reverb. Yeah, reverb and a little bit of the slapbacks on, but no drive. Now do that and push go humbucker and play that.
hate this.
Hey.
I really want
I know. I wish. I wish I could give it to you. I wish I could give you one. But, dude, why don't we freaking plug up this other amp? Let's do just like a little jam.
God, yeah.
I think, dude, a little jam, and then you guys, I'm gonna film J.P. singing a song.
Sure,
Kinda
hell
to
yeah.
End it out, just you doing it.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
do it just a little couple-minute jam.
Sure.
And then, yeah, dude, you should, whatever you want. If you want to do the new single, I think that'd be an acoustic version of it or something.
Yeah, man, I'll do it.
Yeah, because so check this out, you guys. This whole time we're hanging, having a good time. You're hearing JP play. Killer player. I already told you guys that.
Thanks, man.
But you haven't heard JP sing yet. And let me tell y'all, that you know it, bro. Y'all don't. You're gonna be really mad once you hear him sing. Let me tell you, because it makes me mad. But in a good way, bro. In a good way. So I'm gonna cut it real quick. We'll reset up. Let's get a little jam going, and then we'll finish it out with you freaking playing a song, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude.
This is Moop.
The star of the show.
Hey, Moose.
Yeah, there it is, YouTube. The J.P. BURR. The one and only, dude.
Tim Haven, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna play a song I wrote called "My Condition." It's coming out May 31st. I wrote this with Mikey Reeves and Emily Hackett about when I dropped out of college to pursue music full time. It was really scary, and it's kind of supposed to be, but you know, I got out of it and things kind of worked out, and I took every gig I could, and you know, I'm a lot happier now. So here it is. Never thought that I'd be a college dropout with too much time on my hands. It's not everything I thought it would be. Missed out on making plans. I lost a couple of friends and burned out, blamed it on being young. I broke the heart of a girl who loves me, baby, I'm a broken home. And it terrified me, thinking I'd be better off alone. Couldn't trust myself, couldn't really tell if the fault was mine or someone else. So I pulled away, it took some space. The way that I was living was only my condition, baby. Sometimes the weight that you carry can feel so buried deep. You got to dig through the heartache, baby, if you wanna play for keeps. And it terrified me, thinking it'd be easier alone. Couldn't trust myself, couldn't really tell if the fault was mine or someone else. So I pulled away, yeah, it took some space. The way that I was living was only my condition, baby. Ooh, oh, and the fact that you're still here beside me proves I'm not alone. Couldn't trust my